we were just kind of chit-chatting in the store with some of my long-term employees. And I was like, I mean, do I have any pet peeves? And they just started laughing. They laughed.
No.
Life as a mom, entrepreneur, wife, friend, and human is a lot. Join me, Katie Jacobs.
And me, Brandy Chandler, every Thursday as we have unfiltered, hilarious, and relatable conversations about the ups, the downs, and the chaos of it all.
Pour a glass and pull up a seat.
Because you're always welcome at our table. Hi, Katie.
Hey, lady.
Welcome to She Did What?
She did a pet peeve.
A social media pet peeve.
And maybe a couple other, just for fun.
We're easily peeved. This list could go on and on.
Once you get going.
Katie was like, I want you to be in charge of this one. And I think she was silently saying, you're more peeved than I am.
Well, because I had to, for our YouTube, I had to do this. I had to fold
I don't even think this
half.
episode was my idea, but I ran with it.
But you were thrilled to record it.
So we love social media. It's fun. It brings us joy and humor.
Mm-hmm.
But some stuff just gets on my nerves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The less organic it gets,
Yes.
the less.
Like when people like have a goal that they want to achieve, which is just not creating or entertaining, is normally when I get peeved.
Ooh, tell me more.
Like the influence, like if somebody's trying to influence me or sell me something, I'm just, but they're trying to be coy and cool about it.
Oh, okay. Can you give an example?
I can just see through this stuff.
Give an example. I want to hear.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Let's get juicy on this one.
Buy my guide to doing this business where you're going to make $80,000 to $200,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the person is sitting in a bare apartment, like not a nice apartment, like just a normal plain Jane apartment, no furniture, like one IKEA chair.
Mm-hmm.
I love IKEA, but if you only have one IKEA chair, I don't think you're making 80 to 200 plus thousand a month.
Where's your ergonomically correct NASA?
And who is buying? People are buying these things, believing that these people know what they're doing.
Let's set a standard. If you are buying something from someone, look in the background of their videos. That's going to tell you everything you need to know about the product.
Like, what?
Right? That's going to tell you everything you need to know.
Like if they were saying, I make $5,000 a month. Okay. But just the numbers and the backdrop just aren't matching up.
The math ain't mathin'.
But it also drives me crazy because I feel like people are falling for this.
Well, I sent you one yesterday because
what was that one? I can't even remember now. I watched it.
Was
There's so many. I had to block
some guy
it.
selling something and like the light fixture. I was like, look at the light fixture.
She texted me, the light fixture is giving pyramid scheme.
Yeah. The light fixture was giving MLM, multi-level marketing.
I mean,
it was like the light fixture in the background of his house where he was like telling about like, you know, all of his success. I'm like, no, it's giving girl from high school selling.
For it. You should have messaged him.
Mary
I'm not
Kay.
falling for it.
I know. Like, who do you think I am? I'm not a sap.
Another one that drives me crazy is where people list the screenshot of like, if you make X amount, this is the mortgage you can afford. And it's always like, if you make $200,000 a year, you can afford like a $2 million mortgage. And I'm like, no, you can't. And no bank would give you that.
Right.
And I'm like, why? But yet I feel like young people are going to go after and get themselves in crazy debt because somebody on Instagram said they should be able to do this.
That's right. I have never, in 41 years, I've met a lot of entrepreneurs. I've met a lot of very successful people. I have never met anyone who made it to the top and did it easily on something, some quick dime scam.
Yeah.
But
they just make it seem, they just glamorize it so much.
Well, yes, I think, social media is the wasteland of, just envy.
Yeah.
And I think it's really easy to fall into that, especially if you're a young person, and be easily tuned into that. So I have one, and it's because it's so funny because, people will ask me, like, customers and friends and whatnot. They're like, oh, do you know this influencer? I don't follow any influencers.
I'm so bad with
I have
any
a couple of women who are like in their 50s and 60s who are like live in Italy and are fashion influencers who I think have beautiful sense of style. Or there's like a girl who repurposes vintage. I think she's like in Kentucky that I really like. There's some people that I'm inspired by, but I don't follow people that sell products and push products on me because I don't really find any art in that. But so there's a lot of here we share at the store, we share a lot of like inspiration for things.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I cannot stand is like women in fashion who are like this, or in fashion, they're this is so cute and so cute.
I don't like the unboxings. That drives me. I don't care what your order was.
I like an unboxing.
You do?
I like to do it. Do you know why?
I was going to say, like, I like it from a store. I don't like it from a random person.
Oh, like a haul?
Yeah.
I have that on mine too. I have hauls and consumerism clothing hauls.
Yeah. I'm just not.
Because here's the thing, guys. Like, these people are getting paid. Or they're doing, they're trying none of it is organic. Like, none of this is about fashion. None of it's about style. None of it's about art. It's about the almighty dollar.
Yeah, I agree.
Using social media the wrong way for your business, the shtick. Like, I see a lot of businesses doing it right now. They are like doing these weird videos that don't make sense for their business, where I think storytelling and education are way, way better ways to sell a business.
The women dancing. They'll be trying to sell you vitamins, clothes, plants, and they're all dancing. This has nothing to do with it.
It has no value.
I mean, it drives me up the wall. Like, unless you're really weird dancing, and it is very entertaining. I don't want to see you women dance.
I don't even find that entertaining because it's just kind of pathetic.
There's one. She's the mom lady. I can't remember.
The mom lady. That's helpful.
No, but she's always like, you're doing great. Eat a snack and take a nap. Like, she's just like hardcore. I love her. And sometimes she'll dance, but she does the weird, funky, like, it's entertaining to watch. She's not doing it just to make a reel.
Is it Lisa Rinna?
No. Oh, no. She's not even like a real celebrity. She's only a celebrity through this.
Oh, I don't know.
But she talks about all the ironic, crazy mom stuff.
I can't.
She's not like.
I was thinking about
a mommy blogger.
It's so funny. I was driving down the street and I was thinking about two very different businesses in this town, and the way one of them is using social media and the way the one of the others is. And I know both of these business owners, and I know the way that they live their lives. And I was thinking about this knowing we were coming into social peeves. And I was thinking about one of them that is pushing a lot of content out on social. Some of it not very, 50% of it not very valuable. Like, the value of their content I've seen go from like something I really enjoyed to like I'm not really getting anything out of it anymore because it's getting very sticky. And then the other one doesn't really have much of a social media presence, has like a very strong local contingency of people who come through their business. And this person I know has a very full life, has a very active, I was just thinking about the differences, and I can't help but wonder if, at the end of my life, if I'm, God willing, I get the ability to be on my deathbed. If I'm looking at my beautiful family surrounding me, if I wouldn't want the one where it's just not that important. Does that make sense? Like, it just is not that fucking important. Well, like, at the end of the day.
And it's like, it's like an oxymoron, because the reels that are going on fire are where everybody uses the same audio and it's like the same setup, and you just put some different words over it. And I'm so bored with all of them.
Sure.
Like, the first one might have been good, or one person might do a good version, but the rest of them are just like, have I not seen and heard this?
And listen, maybe we're just not understanding the entertainment value. Maybe we don't get it, but maybe we do. Who knows? But it's it's kind of the allure of Oz. It's like, you get all the way to Oz and then suddenly it's just a guy behind a screen.
Yes.
It's just a person, and people, I just think, they put a lot of value in this culture of influencing and these people and these celebrities. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. That's just me. I prefer to be on a hike.
Another one. I'm not really annoyed by this one. I've just not cracked it. The bargain travel.
I don't know anything about that.
It seems like it's just a full-time job to be able to jump through all the hoops to get the bargain.
Know. Can you explain? I don't know anything about bargain travel. I haven't been targeted.
Lot of, travel influencers. I don't know what you call them, but people that post about their travels. And it's like, this is how I fly my family of 5 to Europe for $30.
Oh, God.
I'm like, I just don't think I have that much time.
What does it take?
Just like cards and signing up for this. No. And like, how long does it take you to accumulate the miles and all to get it down to $30? Is it taking like a lifetime for one trip?
I don't know. Okay, maybe we have a bargain. Like, remember the extreme couponers? That's what that reminds me of. For those of you who are too young, extreme couponers were people that would they would like these books,
get like 6 buggies of groceries, and the grocery store would give them back 25 cents.
Would owe them money, and they would have these binders of coupons that they would clip, and like they had hacked the system so that they were getting money back from all of these deals. And it's like that was their full-time fucking. There was a show about this.
I tried to coupon at one point. But the thing is, none of the things that there are coupons for are things that I really want. Like, you don't get a coupon for watermelon.
Right. It's for like Chef Boyardee.
There are a lot of like toothpaste, toilet paper, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But you can, the backside to this is then their entire basement is like a storage facility for all these things
crap
they
got
they
don't need
for really cheap, but they aren't
so
using
weird
right now.
It's so weird.
But hey, if you did that to like donate it to a shelter or something, that would be awesome.
I'm going to start extreme couponing.
You should.
I'm going to quit my job,
and then when I need toilet paper, I'll just come to your house and get it.
There you go.
I'll pay you like a quarter.
Perfect. It's more than I paid for it.
I forgot about that.
We need to talk about people being experts in their fields. Have we talked about that?
I feel like we've mentioned it at some point.
I just hate it so much. You're not an expert.
Well, that goes
again.
To
look at the light fixture.
To buy my ex to teach you this, and like I just don't feel like you know what you're talking about there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just because you have a channel and a microphone does not make you an expert.
Exactly. Like just because they're talking about it, like I need to see. I have that peeve with business coaches.
I know you do.
Because a lot of them aren't business owners. So how are they coaching
if they're a
other
coach,
people?
Aren't they an owner? Okay, sorry. I'm sorry.
I am naturally a skeptic. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that might not help here.
JJ always says you don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
No.
I'm naturally very skeptical.
Yeah. So I mean, take everything we're saying with a grain of salt.
Ooh, I have one.
Go.
Magnesium.
I kind of want to try it.
Magnesium wrecked me. And I do
Your
not.
Bowels?
Well, for me.
That's a yes.
And this came to me when I was pregnant with my third because I was getting really bad headaches. And they didn't want to give me real medicine.
Okay.
So they were like, try magnesium.
People love it.
I poop regularly. I have no problems.
Here we go. Here we go. Buckle up.
But yet it made me feel like I had to poop all the time, even when I didn't have to poop.
Oh, that's like you had the urge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
The urge. That's exactly what it was.
No.
And but I know other people that it's done this to, and other people that it's just messed up in other ways too. So I was trying the magnesium for headaches. I've tried it not pregnant too, thinking maybe, it was just so weird because you're pregnant and everything's weird. I've tried it multiple times. I've tried gummies. I've tried just pills. I've tried the water, the ones you mix in water. They all mess me up so bad.
Oh.
But I also do not personally know anyone who can take magnesium like that.
I know quite a few people who do.
Huh. Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's your bowels.
But it's everywhere. Else's. Everybody's telling you to take magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me. I want to see you take it. I'll bring you my bottle.
I actually want to try it, but I've heard there's two different kinds, that there's one that makes you poop and one that doesn't.
And I've heard that too. I've tried multiple kinds.
Okay, will you bring me the one that doesn't allegedly make you poop? And let me
I don't know if I have that. I have some pills at home. It's the glycinate or whatever. It's that one. We're going to be pooping the next podcast. We're going to have to pause recording.
Pause.
And you're like, false alarm. I didn't really have to poop. I just feel like I do.
That is the worst side effect. That's the worst side effect of a vitamin.
I know. I was like, I don't even care if I get a headache. Just, I don't want to feel like I have to poo anymore. A huge thank you to this week's sponsor, Haddon Estate at Damn Good Dog Farms, located in Watkinsville, Georgia. You know DGD Farms as your go-to for all things blueberry picking and weddings. It's a destination in Northeast Georgia. But did you know that Haddon Estate also offers a full experience wine tasting room with artisan charcuterie boards, sandwiches, sweets, and even a kids menu? With live music every Sunday afternoon this summer and rotating seasonal wines and boards, you're going to be blown away by this indulgent experience. Haddon Estate also features The Lodge, a 7-bedroom estate home that sleeps 22 people with a pool and hot tub right on the estate grounds. It's the perfect way to spend a game day weekend with all your friends or spend a special event enjoying all that Haddon Estate at DGD Farms has to offer. Mention the podcast for 10% off your tab at the winery at DGD Farms and say hi to Katie and I this summer when you see us on the patio. For more info, visit haddonestate.com or follow them for all the news and events at Haddon Estate on Instagram. All right.
People not realizing that they're being controlled by an algorithm and advertised to.
Yes.
Like, really, I think, and that's like, to me, the 30,000 foot view of social media is like, the organic nature of it is gone. The fun of it is kind of, I don't know, being taken away. And yes, there's some benefit. Like, my husband's like, oh, Alexa is listening. You know, he's one of those. And I'm like, yeah, but then like it has like a chinoiserie wallpaper and I kind of like that. And it knows that I want to see some pizza recipes. I like that. But also on social media, I don't get to see like there's so many people I would want to see what's going on in their lives. The organic nature is gone. Now it's just like shoving
ad after
you and I sitting here talking about magnesium.
It's going to be
magnesium and people's bowels is going to be all over my social media now.
Sorry.
And I'm not looking forward to that.
Maybe it's going to work for you.
But I don't want it I just want your little bottle of magnesium.
What do you want to see? We'll say that a bunch.
I don't want 500 influencers with a shitty chandelier.
Do you want Chippendales? Chippendales.
Yes. Oh my God. Speaking of, one thing I did like in my algorithm yesterday is there's this gardening company called Manscapers.
I saw that one.
There you go.
I sent it to my friend with like a raising hand emoji. Plant mom, come to my house.
They're like planting these big bushes.
I know. You big bushes.
Yeah.
I lost my phone.
Is it hot in here?
It's getting hot.
Anyway, they're guys, for those of you who haven't seen the Manscapers,
they're very nice.
They're guys who are very attractive without shirts on, who plant
your yard,
plant your bushes. They'll plant a tree in your garden.
And
this has gone downhill.
For a while, I kept getting all those that were the men working out, but their stuff was like flopping.
Oh my God. I saw that too. The jump rope guy.
For a while, those were all over. I don't know how they got there.
You know the jump rope guy I'm talking about?
I don't know. They were doing all kinds of stuff.
Cartwheels, jump rope.
Is it something they put in their pants?
I don't think
it's real because that would not be comfortable.
Surely not.
I think there must be an insert or something. We should Google that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what our phones
husbands come home and they're just like go to use the family laptop and they're like, it's research for the podcast.
Is she trying to replace me?
Oh my gosh. My friend, again, humor, going back to our grief episode, just finding humor. And I was, talking to a friend about cleaning out, my dad's house. And she's like, Katie, we cleaned out a family member's house, an elderly woman who was single, kind of like a bit of a cat lady. She said they found a box of VHS porn and an enormous dildo.
How old was she?
Like elderly. She said it was, and she's like, and she was a very tiny woman. She's like, she had a size 5.5 foot. It was
this honestly, episode has gone off.
I know. Oh my God. Let's get back on track.
I love it. Do you have a box? So some of my friends have a box, and they're like, if something happens to me, go
find the box. No, just
like before my family gets there.
Just go look in my folder marked taxes. No, I don't have anything. I don't either. I'm not that interesting.
Apparently, it's a thing. Josh is my box. Go get Josh. Rescue him.
I've heard.
No, yeah, that's a thing. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, go get
like a private box of stuff that you do not.
They'll tell you where it is, just in case it needs to be.
My friends haven't told me this. Do they not trust me?
Or maybe they don't. Maybe they're not box friends.
But all your friends are?
I just said a few of them.
You have like 3 friends.
They're all box.
Good to know. All right, you're just told. TikTok being the be all for information. Like I get it.
Yeah.
But like like my lovely employees will be like, oh my God, you got to do this. It's on TikTok. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not going to use some medication on my hoo-ha because someone said on TikTok I should. It does. I don't trust it.
Hey, look, WebMD called and they want some love again. Right? Go WebMD that thing.
Yeah. TikTok. It really is.
TikTok's going to put WebMD out of business.
They already have. I'm like, guys, can we just get back on track here? Like,
do you remember when you used to WebMD?
Everything. And everything was cancer.
Everyth's everything. All the symptoms are the same for all the things.
You either have bowel cancer. You're like looking at your magnet. It's like it's bowel cancer. Your intestine needs to be removed.
And it's actually like, no, you just need to get off the magnesium.
It's like just stop taking it. So usually the simplest answer is the right one. All right, I had a few. So I asked when we were prepping for the show. I was like, we were just kind of chit chatting in the store. With some of my long-term employees, and I was like, I mean, do I have any pet peeves? And they just started laughing. They laughed.
No. So now we're off social media. We're going into real people.
I could go on social media all day long.
Pet peeves.
Real people pet peeves. You want to start it? Because, I mean, again, you've got 2 pages of notes here.
Well, we've talked about this one a little on our social media. Pot, kettle, black. Mm-hmm. Being rude to wait staff or any service people.
It is such a hard stop for me.
It is. I mean, even if you have not worked in service, if somebody's serving you, why would you be mean to them? Like they are literally cooking you food and bringing it to you.
And then taking it away.
What a luxury. Why would you be rude to them? Even if they didn't refill your glass immediately. Still, I just don't get it.
I have a real problem with that. I bartended, and now I've worked in retail for 14 years in my own store, and then sold wholesale. Like I have a real problem with people trashing fitting rooms or like bringing a pile of clothes out to me or just leaving them on the ground. Like one time I saw, and you can see like people's feet under our fitting rooms. This girl, we had like some really expensive dresses, and she was just like stepping on them. And I walked over and I knocked on the door and I said, excuse me. I was just on one. I think I just had like my 3rd baby and I was just not taking shit anymore. Yeah. And I was like, can you pick those up, please? And the girls were like, the employees were like, oh my. And she was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I was like, you're stomping and they're just piled up with your dirty gym shoes.
Yeah.
That shit sends me.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. And like when people are rude or just even not extra respectful to elder people, that drives me up the wall too.
Not getting up or not.
Yeah. Or just, when people don't hold the door for parents with kids.
I'm going to tell you something.
Like you'll have one in both arms,
oh my
and some
gosh,
teenager will just like fly.
I will say something. Actually, I was on a walk with a friend, and this huge group of dudes was like didn't move for us, and I was like, "Excuse me."
Yes. Oh, that's it. Remember when you had stroller? Well, you might still have a stroller, but like, and you're walking down the sidewalk and they don't move. It's like, where do you want me to go with this stroller with a human in it?
Where am I going?
You know,
move the fuck out of the way. I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, move. Move.
We're going to follow you around downtown one day.
No, literally. Who raised you? Who fucking raised you?
Yeah. Because look,
they deserve
all
the
these moms are about one interaction away from like getting arrested.
I am. I might. I can't handle it anymore. I've just gotten to a point in my retail career too, where if someone like hands me clothes, I'm like, I just look at them deadpan. I'm like, really? I just can't. It's just, and you know, honestly, Brandy, the people who trash fitting rooms, who like leave everything on the floor, who are rude, they're often the people who have a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
People like it's the people that have a lot of money who tend to, that's what I found in my experience in dining and service, like all that stuff. That's what I find. I find the majority of folks to be pretty darn great. And then there's just a sense of entitlement that just pisses me off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I can see it.
And then, oh my God, I had this woman come in the store. This is years ago with like, probably like max age, like 3-year-old. When I went into, so we put, if someone has like a child with them, we put them in our
big
ADA compliant one, like our big, like that's, you can access it with a wheelchair, with a stroller. There was like those little like applesauce packets, goldfish, like smeared on the mirror, goldfish everywhere. I mean, it looked like a war zone, clothes everywhere. And this woman came out and I was like, so I guess I'll just clean all that.
Like, what happened in there?
Like, you've been in there for 10 minutes. And she just thought nothing. She wasn't even embarrassed. She's local. I'll tell you who it is after. And if y'all think all these people in town don't talk, we all know who the perpetrators of this bullshit are.
We email each other.
I'm going to tell you.
Like, watch out. She's coming down the road.
I'm going to tell you. Everybody knows who y'all be. We are not keeping it quiet.
All right. What else you got?
I don't know if I should have said that, but you know,
no,
it's true.
Fine.
They should have a little humility.
Oh, listening to content out loud in public. Like just rolling through your... Oh, Katie.
I use voice memo. You know me. I'm always
my goodness.
And I'm like, Brandy,
I can't even
for the pod this week. And then half of it's wrong. I don't check it ever.
And I have no idea what it means.
And she's like, Katie, what are you talking about?
I just send back question marks.
I'm like in the grocery store checking out. I'm like, content for the week idea. No, you're talking about scrolling content. I'm talking about talking about content.
Yeah, I'm talking about like when they're just like watching all their Instagrams at full volume at like the table next to you in the coffee shop. And you're like trying to write an important
Can we just all start checking each other? And can we just be like,
that's rude.
Just stop it. I miss that about New York, being on the train and just witnessing a full like marital argument. That was fun.
And the Zoom calls in public or the FaceTimes, that drives me nuts too. I mean, if you have to do it, at least put in your AirPods or headphones.
JJ and I, years ago, we were at a restaurant and it was like for anniversary or something. We were getting dressed up. It was like when we like once a year went out to eat for anniversary or something. And we went to this nice restaurant and there was a bit of a wait, and it's a very small restaurant. So we were having a cocktail outside while we waited. And then there was a group of girls that came up. They were in like walking, and it's like a nicer, like your cocktail's like $18.
Oh.
And there's a group of girls that came up in like running clothes. And they started like FaceTiming their moms with like $18. And I was like, you are ruining my experience.
You're like, this was a nice place.
We're having like a sexy date night and you're like in running clothes FaceTiming your mom. I don't like that. Wet sleeves. People that get their sleeves wet while they wash their hands sends me. I hate it. Why do people do that? How do you walk around with your sleeves wet? Like just washing your hands with long sleeves?
Did they not just pull them up?
No, no one in my family does, at least.
Oh, so this is very close to home.
Yes, I walk around and I pull up.
I was like,
JJ
I never
will be
really
doing the
noticed
dishes,
this.
and his sleeves are soaked. I'm like, what's happening?
It must be a boy man thing.
Oh my God, it makes me crazy. People clearing their sinuses and spitting in public.
I hate the spitting in public because people just walk on that. This is why we don't wear shoes in our house.
This young man, not a gentleman, spit right in front of my store. And I was like, what are you doing?
It's so gross.
What are you doing?
And look, if you have to spit, just go spit in the flower bed, like where people don't walk.
Unless you're ready to vomit, you don't have to spit that bad.
At least they didn't vomit, I guess. You know, some of our friends in town have the people pooping in front of their store. So.
Yeah, it's happened 3 times here.
Ugh. That's another issue. Yeah, I don't like the spitting either.
That's worse, though. Take spit. Resumes and professional correspondence with typos or using all lowercase without proper punctuation.
This is a young people thing.
Becoming rampant.
Yeah.
I will get an entire application. It's all lowercase, not spell checked.
Weird. Don't they have to use uppercase in school?
I don't know.
And proper uppercase?
These are kids at University of Georgia.
Yeah,
which is a very difficult school to get into. I don't know.
I don't know why they're doing it.
And the resumes, oy vey. It's just like we have to be more.
Well, you sent me that reel yesterday of a mom teaching her kid how to make a dentist appointment. And he didn't know what to ask for. That the lady he was trying to ask for didn't work there.
No, the mom dialed the wrong dentist. And the boy, he's like, I need...
And then he wasn't sure if he should say ASAP or as soon as possible or this week. Like he couldn't decide.
Like, ASAP.
But also he was an older teenager.
Yes, he was.
18 probably.
And your response was?
I'm like, how has he not heard his mom make an appointment? I feel like even Millie could probably call and make a doctor's appointment.
She probably has.
She'd be like, I have a boo-boo. I need to come in see Dr. B.
Do we have the same?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
She's like, I need to come in. I'm going to want a sticker when I leave.
And one of those little candies to check out.
But seriously, I feel like my 14-year-old could make her own doctor's appointments.
Yeah, that was something my mom was really big on. She made us make our own appointments.
Like I make my kids order at restaurants.
Yes, I do too. And say please and thank you.
Yeah.
I actually, it just occurred to me, I have a really weird thing that I don't like doing.
Uh-huh.
I don't like calling in. This is so weird. I'm probably like a little bit like on the spectrum. I do not like calling in for a takeout order. Like if I will do anything to avoid it, including just not getting any food.
Well, the apps make it so easy now.
I don't like doing that either.
Oh.
I don't like doing it.
So how do you
that
eat?
And filling up my gas.
Well,
if JJ's not there to do it, I just don't.
I have no problems with those things. I'll fill your gas for you and order your food.
Hate
Tell me what you want.
all of it.
So how do you get food if you don't want to go eat at a restaurant?
I just either don't or JJ has to order. Or I made Johnny Lee do it the other day.
Hey, Johnny Lee's learning things.
I was like, here, take my phone, figure it out. And he did.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was like, Google for a coupon code.
Don't forget the Google.
Because I want those free breadsticks.
Yeah, it's important for them to learn.
Yeah, he did. And he did a great job.
Totally into
He put the whole thing. He's like, what's our address?
I'll even because we lived in a very small town before. There was a little grocery store there. I don't know. It's called something different now. But when I was little, it was called Food Lane. So you can park in the front of Food Lane and see all the aisles. So I would send my kids in to get a gallon of milk and make them pay and everything. I'd send them in with cash and be go for it, buddy.
My kids love to do that.
Yeah. But it's so important. It's teaching them how to do stuff.
Yeah. None of my kids have a problem doing any of that.
Yeah.
None of it. They have never met they will walk up and tell you their life story.
You want to come to my house? My mom really likes people.
My mom says, open house, come over for wine. I have so many pet peeves.
Do you want to keep going or you're done?
No, you can keep going.
We're good. We're good on time. What I want is for everyone to voicemail, email, DM us, and let us know your pet peeves.
I want to know the weird ones.
Let us know what we missed.
I want to know the really weird pet peeves too.
Well, not too weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to know the weird ones.
Nothing's too weird.
Put at the top of this for Katie only.
For Katie's eyes only.
This one's for Katie. Yeah, I can't wait for y'all. Please let us know your pet peeves.
But this is another thing I do that's just weird. I brush my teeth in the shower. Is that weird?
I mean, I don't do it all the time, but I have done it. Like, especially if I'm in a hurry.
Like I have 2 toothbrushes, one in the shower.
You keep one in. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, I have this. Well, I don't like keep it like
weird
in the drain. We have this.
Do you like scrub the grout with it?
Sometimes. No, I keep it. We have like a toothbrush holder and that like hangs up high in the shower.
Yeah.
And my whole family does it. It's very efficient.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's efficient.
Except then I started getting a little contact dermatitis and I had to slow down on it.
So a friend's neighborhood that we always trick-or-treat in, there's a dentist in there and he gives out Halloween toothbrushes every year for trick-or-treating. So the kids love it because it's just fun at this point, you know, like because it's every year.
That's a good shtick.
I try to get all the kids to give those toothbrushes to me because they're not the best toothbrushes, but they're great cleaning brushes.
Oh.
And I'm like, one's in the laundry room for stains.
Nice.
There's one under the sink.
You know, there's a whole section of Target where you can get those or like that kind of stuff. Like grout brushes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
These are free, Katie. No, they're good though because they're extra tiny. You know,
they get the little
because most of the grout brushes are even bigger. Yeah. They're fun.
I bought a grout brush yesterday and they had, this is so boring. I can't believe we're talking about this.
Off topic.
Let's get back on topic.
We're done.
Grout brushes. We want to hear your pet peeves.
All of them.
All of them. The good, the bad, the ugly, the studly. Send them in. And let us know what your social pet peeves are.
Ooh, maybe we'll have a surprise for the weirdest peeve or the funniest peeve.
Mm-hmm. That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what it is yet, but
how about
we'll
a $25 Starbucks gift card
to the best peeve.
To the best peeve. May the winner win.
May the most peeved win. All right, this was really fun.
It was fun
and funny, even though we were all over the place.
We cracked ourselves up.
We needed a good laugh.
We did. Need a good laugh.
Thank y'all for listening. Let us know your peeves. Follow us on social media.
Patreon. Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe on Patreon for exclusive content. Rate, review. It all helps. Okay.
We'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and can't wait to share another episode with you next Thursday.
Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. To keep up with the latest, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Podcast She Did What. We'll be sharing updates, behind the scenes, and announcements you won't want to miss.
And if there's anything you'd like to share with us, whether it be a personal story or feedback on our episodes, you can leave us a voicemail at 762-499-2201 or head over to our website, shedidwhatpodcast.com. Also, feel free to leave us a review down below. We'd love to know what you think.
She Did What is hosted by us, Brandy Chandler and Katie Jacobs, and produced by Studio D Podcast Production.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next Thursday. And remember, it isn't always easy, but it sure as hell can be entertaining.